Please enter your access code. Hello, I am Hero 2000. Please enter the following data. Each entry is 2 digits long. Enter year. Enter month. Enter date. Enter day of week. Enter hours. Enter minutes. Enter seconds. Enter temperature in degrees Fahrenheit.
Hello and welcome to my Hero 2000 demonstration video. I wanted to provide a little bit more information on the Hero 2000 above and beyond what is listed in the eBay website. This is the Hero 2000 robot that will be auctioned off starting tonight, June 29th, 2019. By way of introduction, the Heathkit company made many electronic kits that hobbyists could buy and put together for themselves. Anything from simple AM radios to hi-fi stereo equipment, ham radio equipment, test equipment, and eventually computers and robots. And this was their high-end robot product. It's called Hero 2000, part number ET19. And like I say, I wanted to provide a little bit more information as far as what this can do and what it is. The robot is programmable in a language called Robot Basic or Hero Basic. It's basically, if you're old enough to remember the old GW Basic language. It's very similar to that, only there's additional commands to control the arm and the base and the torso and the other sensors. He has a number of sensors, onboard sensors, to allow him to interface with the real world, such as a thermometer. He has a voice. He has a rotating sonar up above here that can determine how far away he is from objects in a 360-degree range. He also has a lower sonar that looks straight ahead so that he can tell if he's about to run into things. He also has a light sensor that he can measure light and dark with, and he has a microphone. He doesn't understand speech, but he can hear noises, loud and soft. And then he has the arm that can be controlled. All of these things are available programmatically from the basic interpreter, meaning you can write programs to have him do things based on all these sensors. First and foremost, what's wrong with him? Well, he's got some minor cosmetic imperfections, but the main issue is he doesn't have a battery. This is the battery that he needs. It's a Panasonic lead-acid battery. This one is the original battery. It's been dead for a couple decades, but these are still available. But he is fully usable without the battery by connecting him to the charger/power supply. What's included in the auction is the robot, the arm, charger power supply, and all of the documentation, which includes the user manual. This tells everything about the robot, how to use it, what it does. You want to read this like a novel, front to back and then back to front. This is about the ARM controller card. This is the assembly manual for the ARM. This is the assembly manual for the robot. This is the technical manual, which is kind of a theory of operation of all the various systems on the robot, how they work. Quick reference card for the language. The parts diagrams, assembly diagrams, and the schematic for the entire robot. and some errata. That's what's included with the robot. What's not included is, as I mentioned, the battery is not included, and the programming cable is not included. That's an FTDI USB to serial cable. Back when this was made, back in the 80s, RS-232 serial was the standard communications port. They don't put those on computers anymore, they put USB ports on them. So this cable converts USB to serial. And this is what you're going to be wanting to use to program it with and to communicate with it. When you first turn him on, he's not going to know where his arm is. So before you're able to use his arm, you first have to home it. This can be done with a command, or there's a button right on the keypad to home the arm. And when you press the home button, this is what he does. This is an important step. If you forget to do this and later you go to try to send him a command to move his arm, he'll ignore it because you have to home his arm first. Okay, now his arm is homed. Now I could actually send commands to him or download a program to him to allow him to use his arm. Once you have him powered up and his arm is homed, you can connect a computer or a tablet and start sending him commands or downloading programs. I've used a program called PuTTY on a laptop. This is an Android tablet, and I'm using a program called Serial USB Terminal. Once he's running his basic interpreter, you can start sending him commands like commands to make him talk.
Look, I'm on YouTube.
Or commands to make him do things. And that's a torso command. Here he's moving his elbow at a slow speed. And then you can also have him home via a command. You can use the charger two different ways. You can have it simply hooked up to the cable like I have here to run him or to charge the battery, which isn't included. Or there's a way of having him simply back up onto the charge rail, which is here. If he has a battery installed, you can move him onto this charge rail, and he has a couple of contacts in the back that will make contact with the charging rail, and it will turn on the charger and he can charge himself up that way. Just a note on safety. The arm is moved by a small bicycle chain. You don't want to get your finger caught in the elbow while he's moving it. And when he's doing a wander routine where he's just wandering around freely, you want to keep the basement door closed because he doesn't do stairs. And if there are little kids around, you want to kind of watch out. Small kids have a tendency to pull and yank and twist stuff. But other than that, he should be pretty reliable. So thanks for watching. I hope it's been informative.